Good morning. It's early. The thunderstorms woke me up, and I'm trying not to wake my family up. So, I've been talking with some students in Zoom that regularly meet with me at one of the Zoom times. And I'm going to keep the Zoom time regular for them because they come all the time. Um, but just in case, because there's thunder and lightning all last night, I want to make this video in case I lose power and internet somehow. I want them to be able to see this little cooking demo because they were asking if I would start showing them a few cooking things on Zoom because they know I like to cook. Oh, that reminds me, my oven's on. My oven's on. Just a second. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So, one of the things I'm going to do really quick, I've been thinking I want to make bread. I want to show some little baking things and of course some things like poaching eggs. But for today, I want to show you something really cool. You won't get to see the whole process, but I'll explain it to you. This is just an old washed out jar that I have. It probably had pasta sauce in it. But see how it's got markings on the side? So you can see if it's 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups. Well, it doesn't go up to 3 cups, but it goes up to 2 1/4. But the measurements are on the side, so that's a 1/2 cup, 3/4 of a cup, and so on. It goes up 1 cup, and then it comes up to 2 here and 2 1/4. So that allows me to measure things. Sometimes you find a jar like that, that helps a lot, because then you're not making a measuring cup dirty and whatever you're pouring into dirty. It all depends on what you're making. But today, for those of you that cook, you probably guessed, I'm going to show really simple how to make whipped cream from scratch. And honestly, what I really want to make though is homemade butter with buttermilk. And I'll use the buttermilk tomorrow to make some sourdough bread. So without having to buy buttermilk and then buy butter and then buy, if you just get heavy cream, this is a fun thing to do if you're bored. So I'm going to open it up. And just like that. And I'm going to pour it in. I'm going to pour in about a cup of heavy cream. Now see how it's a little thicker than like milk? It's got a little thicker consistency. I like to use it as an analogy when sometimes mixing different paints up. Certain times you have to get the consistency of heavy cream. Well, this is heavy cream. All right, now, the reason I didn't fill it all the way up is because we need that air and we need that space. Without that air and that space, if I fill it all the way top, there's just not enough air in it to get it to do what we want it to do. Now, you could do this in a blender or like a food processor too, but this is kind of fun to do if you're bored, and you can do this with your family. I know our family, we've done this for fun sometimes when we wanted fresh butter. We've taken a jar like this, filled it with some heavy cream, and what you do is shake it and pass it to the next person when you're tired. So, just like this. Give it some good shakes, and you're probably like, that's not going to do anything. You didn't put any other ingredients in. What are you doing? And what you're doing is whipping air into it. And once it gets air whipped into it, it gets fluffy and soft. And then you could put just a little bit of sugar in and shake a little bit more, and you would have sweetened whipped cream. Now, this wouldn't work with just regular milk or like other types of like dairy. It has to be heavy cream. The whipping isn't necessary. If you just find heavy cream, that'll do it. And what it is, it's the fat content in the heavy cream. They always say the cream rises to the top. What they mean is when you milk a cow or a goat, the fattiest part floats up to the top, and that's the cream. So they separate that from the milk. So this is the cream. Now, once you get to the whipped cream consistency, don't add sugar if you want to go to butter. You just keep going, and instead of it looking fluffy, it's going to start looking kind of chunky. And then after a while, you're going to see the butter separate. Now, when you make butter this way, it's not salted. It's unsalted butter. You can store it in your fridge just like regular butter. And the whole thing doesn't turn into butter. The fat turns into the butter. It pulls away to itself, just like with churning. You're agitating that cream, but what separates away becomes buttermilk. So just like that. And I'm going to pause this for a second and then I'll come back if I can. If not, take my word for it, you can make heavy cream and butter this way, and it's really good if you like butter and whipped cream and that sort of thing. I like the buttermilk for sourdough, or not sourdough, for soda bread, Irish soda bread, because I made that a lot where I grew up. So, all right, have a great day.